Hello viewers, welcome to this video tutorial series on Python programming. In this video, we are going to discuss various argument types in Python functions. Every function in Python revolves around these four argument types, be it a user-defined function or a built-in function or a lambda function. Here are the rules to be followed when it comes to arguments of a function. Let us look at each of them one by one. First, we will see required positional argument. It says that it is compulsory to pass an object at the mentioned position. So here we have defined a function add, which takes two parameters a and b, and it is returning the addition of the two numbers passed. So first we will call the function add with two arguments 2 and 3. After running this code, we get the result as 5. Perfectly fine. Now, in the next line, line number 7, I am just passing only one argument, which is 2. So this argument 2 will get assigned to variable a. This 2 will get assigned to a, whereas b will not get any value. And let us see what we get as a result. It returns an error saying that missing one required positional argument, which means that the parameter b is expecting some value. The second type of function argument is of type default argument. Some of the arguments can be defined with a default value, like b in this case. Here we have assigned value 3 to the variable or the parameter b. Now, when we execute this program, value is assigned to variable a and 3 is assigned to b. Now here, for our reference, I will take another value. Instead of 3, I will take here 5. So 2 is assigned to a and 5 is assigned to b. So after execution, we get the result as 7. Now let us try to call this function without passing any value or argument for parameter b. So after executing this, we get the result as 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. So when it comes to default arguments always have some predefined value, and it is not compulsory to pass any argument to these default arguments or default parameters. The third type of argument is called as variable length argument. They are defined in the function parameters with a star. Whenever they are used inside the function, the star is not mentioned. So this is something you need to take care. The star comes only when defining it in the function definition. Now what will happen over here is value 2 will get assigned to variable a, and this entire set of values 3, 4, 5 will get assigned to args in the form of a tuple like this. 3, 4 and 5. Let us see this by executing the program. So here, this function is returning only value for args and not for anything else, not for a, it's just returning args. The value of args is a tuple with the rest of the values. Now what if I pass only one value to this function, like this, add 2. Now in this case, 2 will get assigned to variable a and star r's or args will get an empty tuple. So a variable length tuple states that we can pass multiple arguments, that is 0 or n number of arguments, to a single variable in the form of a tuple. Now let us modify this function, and here we will return a plus. Now if we try to do something like this, where we are just adding an variable a with a tuple, so after executing this, it is of course going to give us an error because we cannot perform addition on integer value and a tuple value. So a trick we will do here is we need the sum of elements. So we'll perform the sum of the elements of the tuple using the sum function, because tuple is a sequence. It is going to be a sequence of numbers, and we can perform some functionality on a tuple holding integer element. So here we are going to get only 2. The reason is that only one value is passed. In this previous scenario, I'll just comment the second line. Here we get 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 and we get the result as 14. Any function in Python comprises of combination of these 3 argument types. The 4th type of function argument has a significance while writing the function call. As you can see in this example, 4th one is a keyword argument, and here we have written the same function add. We have 3 parameters in this case. First one is a required positional, second one is a variable length, and the third one is a default argument. So we are trying to perform the summation of all the values passed to this args with variable a, and then whatever is the result of the summation, we are going to multiply it with the value in variable b. Now when we are trying to call this add function, 2 will be stored in variable a, whereas 3, 4, 5 will be stored in variable args in the form of a tuple, this way. And now what will be the value of b? Value of b is going to be 10. So we can expect a result like this: 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So that gives me 14. So the result is going to be 14 into 10. It's going to give me 140. Let's see the output. Exactly. We are getting 140. Now what if I want to manipulate the value of b to 20? So whatever values we are passing starting from position 2, everything is getting assigned to args. So here we will be calling the variable b explicitly by a keyword argument. So this type of passing an argument to a particular parameter in the function by calling the parameter name or the keyword name is called as keyword argument. And now when we execute the code, in this case it is going to be 14 into 20, which is going to give me 280. Exactly. We are getting the result as 280 over here. While defining or calling a function, the sequence of this argument is very important. Let us now see some applications of these argument types with respect to Python built-in functions. Here is the help function, which gives us the documentation of any function passed as an argument to it. So let us try to see the documentation of the sorted function which we have used to sort various sequences previously. Now let us try to understand the documentation. It says that it takes one required positional argument, that is the iterable object or the sequence which needs to be sorted. It has 2 default arguments, that is key is equal to none and reverse is equal to false. Now if you try to recollect from our previous videos that the key parameter tells us the functionality, or it accepts the function object on whose basis we need to sort, and reverse helps us with the sorting order. So let's try to read the documentation. It says that a custom key function can be supplied as an object to customize the sort order, and the reverse flag, it is set to default false. It can be set to true for a descending order, result in descending order. Now let us try to see the example. Here we are trying to sort a tuple of string elements to the sort function, and let's try to execute this. Here the tuple is an iterable object and we are passing the length object or the object of the length function as the parameter to the key and true value as the argument to the reverse parameter. Now here we are passing the length and true as keyword arguments. So we can say that iterable is required positional argument, whereas key and reverse can be default arguments. And when we are trying to pass the objects or arguments to these key and reverse, we can call them as keyword argument. Thus, after execution, we get a list of all the string objects sorted in descending order as per the length. Thus, in this video tutorial, we have learned about various function arguments like required position argument, default argument, variable length argument, and keyword argument. For more examples on function arguments, or if you wish to have a PDF version of this exercise workbook discussed in this video, you can drop me an email or a message. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more. Till then, happy coding!